Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Justice for Comics. Saturday morning. It's early. I had made sure I got my email from CovrPrice. I got that last night. And the top 10 list, the hot 10 list from CBSI is also out. So I figured I'd just try to shoot maybe both of them in the same video. So we'll go over the CovrPrice top 20 list first. Kind of tell you what's going hot or what seems to be hot this week. So we'll start off with number 20, Absolute Carnage number 1. This is the Granov Codex variant. Pretty cool. I did not pick that one up. I think I just picked up an A cover and the 1 in 25 by Delato. I really like that cover. So, I think the A cover is the best. Or the Delato. This one's okay. Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't put it at the top of the list, but it is a nice variant. It's going for $30 now on eBay for a high raw sale. Number 19, House of X number 2, the Laraz Virgin variant. So these were a little bit more expensive. I don't care for it. I mean, it's okay. $105? Nope. I wouldn't pay that much. Some of these covers are a little overrated. Wolverine number 1 from 1982. That's interesting to see on the list. It's starting to see some renewed love. Yeah, it definitely has been an undervalued book. I mean, I think I bought 1 through 10 for it was nothing. It was maybe, I bought it a couple, 3 or 4 years ago, but still, I couldn't believe how cheap I paid for all. I've got a run of Wolverine 1 through 60, all in high grade, and my number 1's it's either 9.6 or a 9.8. It's a beautiful copy, but a 9.8 just sold for $2.99. That seems still low, but still seems a little low for me for that book. Absolute Carnage number 1 is number 17 on the list, the Artgerm variant. $12. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice cover. I like it. I mean, it's hard to know it's Artgerm. He usually just draws women, but yeah, it's a nice cover. Number 16 on the list, Thor, God of Thunder, number 2. Obviously a pivotal book if you've been following the Venom storyline with Null. This is the first appearance of Gore the God Butcher, which supposedly is the featured villain in Thor, Love and Thunder. So that news makes me really want to see that movie. I mean, I'm a little worried about Jane Foster being Thor, but I think they could make that a really good movie if they're bringing in Gore the God Butcher. We'll see how they have him featured, but yeah, that book is on the rise big time. That's a Raw's going for $113. Amazing. I've got a copy. I bought that entire run for CovrPrice, and mainly because it was Esad Ribick's artwork, and I thought Jason Aaron did a decent job on it. It says the variant is also selling really well. Yeah, I'm sure. So that book is definitely very hot right now. Number 15, Batman Last Night on Earth number 2. That's interesting that book's on the rise. It's I think it's one of the Black Label books that DC put out. Looks like a raw sale's up to $9, so little bit of a move there. DC has not been very hot lately, so it's interesting to see that they've got a book that's moving. Number 14 on the list, House of X number 1. I'm a little shocked that a raw sale's going for $16. It seems, I mean, they had plenty of them. Hell, this was a very heavily printed book, so can't imagine it's going for that high, but already. But I don't know. I guess maybe people missed it, and I just think that there should be a lot of copies still on the shelf at a lot of local comic book shops. At least around me, I think there still is. So I don't know who's going to be buying it on eBay, but you should be able to pick that up for cover still, in my opinion. Number 13 on the list, House of X. Number 2, the Pacelli flower variant. CovrPrice says it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's okay. So she's got a bouquet of flowers. I don't see the grand appeal of that. I mean, it's all right. Pacelli's artwork's okay. It's nothing to get too excited about, but it's going for $20 on eBay apparently. Number 12 on the list, The Amazing Spider-Man 361 marquee book. 9/8 just sold for $490. Obviously, first full appearance of Carnage. This 361, not the first appearance. 360 actually is his cameo and first appearance. So, yeah, definitely a great book to have. I picked my copy up a couple of years ago for $50, high grade. I don't have it graded though, but that's okay. I've got that, and I also picked up the second printing, which is kind of a cool book to have as well. Number 11 on the list, Dead End Kids #1. Rawhide sale, $46 now. Holy smoke, that book is definitely on fire. My goodness, and it's a good story. I mean, I was impressed. Reading it, it read very good. It flowed very well. The plot was really good. The ending made me definitely want to get number 2. So, I mean, I see why the book's doing well, but $46, it's amazing. Obviously, the print run on that book was fairly low. Source Point Press definitely has low print runs typically. Number 10, Thor #1. Looks like a 9/8 just sold for $262. 7-day trend up 80%. So yeah, I mean that book's. I got the A cover and one of the variants. Definitely, with the Thor movie coming out, that book's going to be hot for a while. Yeah, we'll see. If the movie's good, it may hold the value. If the movie's not so good, the value of those books are going to plummet. So keep that in mind. If you've got extra copies and you're thinking about selling one of them, you may want to sell into the hype rather than after it's faded. Number 9 on the list, Absolute Carnage #1. This is the Delato cover, the one I like, basically. I pre-ordered that for about $20. I think you can still get it around $20, $20 to $25. Here they're saying a raw high sale of $35. Yeah, that was a high sale, but there's plenty of them out there. If you go on eBay, there'll be 25 listings of this book. And I've seen them as low as $15, $16 with shipping cost. You're at about $20. So, yeah, I mean it's a great cover. Long term, Absolute Carnage. If it ends up being a great series, it's definitely one to have in your collection. I love Delato anyways, so I kind of like his artwork. So, yeah, I definitely have that high on my list of good-looking covers for the year, no doubt about it. Number 8 on the list is House of X #2, the Character Decades variant. I'm not too familiar with that. What does that look like? All right, yeah, you got it's all Jean Grey, right? Phoenix. It's okay. I don't think I would get hot and bothered to buy that. Going for $25. Jeez. Number 7 on the list, The Boys #1. CGC 9/8 just sold for $375. Obviously a great TV series. I can't wait for season 2. They say I've not read the comic book completely, but it's supposed to be even crazier than the TV show. That was one I missed. I tried buying it on an auction. I just missed it. It's one of those things. I'm gonna wait and see if there's a lull. Maybe after a few more months, right before season 2, it might drop a little bit. We'll see. Right now, it seems to be strong still. Number 6, Absolute Carnage #1, the Stegman Premier variant. So this is the variant that was only 1 per store. Yeah, the book goes. I've seen it on eBay for reasonable pricing. They're saying here a rawhide sale of $60. I've seen it for $35 to $40. I don't think it's super rare. There's a lot of stores out there still, but yeah, it's a cool cover. Spawn #1 is number 5 on the list. Obviously, we're coming up to issue 301, a pivotal issue, longest running independent title. When it hits 301, 9/8 just sold for $120. That's pretty high price for a book that was very heavily printed. Back in the day, I probably myself had 20 copies of this, easily. I had 10 copies that were sealed in a. Walmart did this thing where they were selling 1 through 4 or 1 through 5 in a sealed case. I've not seen any of those on eBay. I wish I'd kept those and stuck them in a box and forgot I had them, because I'm sure they would go for big money today, just because they're, it's kind of a unique product. Walmart had a deal with Image, and they sealed these things in a case. I've still not seen one on eBay for sale, but I remember having 10 or 12 of them, and I sold them. I made money off of them. I probably more than doubled my money on them, but I should have kept them. I should at least have kept 1 or 2. Jeez. But the mistakes of your youth. I was a young man then. What did I know? Number 4, Mr. Miracle #5. So this is moving only because Tom King posted an image of the book on Twitter saying he's currently rereading for a thing I'm working on. So that's what the comic book industry's come down to, is we watch Twitter of certain writers and artists, and when they happen to mention something, it's moving the book. Well, obviously, with the New Gods movie and Eternals, there's a lot of interest in the Fourth World books by Kirby, so I'm not surprised this is moving. I don't think Tom King should be able to move a book, though. He seems to be a failed writer at this point. I don't know. He got booted from the #1 character in comics. He got booted from, basically, because he screwed it up. I'm sure he doesn't think so, but that's what happened. Number 3 in the list, X-Force #2, second appearance of Deadpool. There'll definitely be a Deadpool 3 movie, I'm sure. There'll probably be a Deadpool 6 movie, as long as Ryan Reynolds wants to continue to play the character. I'm sure it will do well. They're hilarious movies. I mean, if you just want to sit there and laugh, I highly recommend watching Deadpool movies. They're funny. They're very, very funny. So, any early Deadpool stuff will do well, probably because of those movies, no doubt about it. Number 2 on the list, Moon Knight #1. So this book's moving because it's a little more affordable than buying Werewolf by Night #32. That book's very, very expensive and in a decent grade. Looks like a 9/8 just sold for $235 for Moon Knight #1. That seems pretty low still. So that book is still probably a little undervalued, especially if a Moon Knight movie ever gets developed. Number 1 on the list is House of X #2, the Putri connecting variant. Rawhide sale of $25. Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. Putri does a nice job. I hope I have this on my pull list. I'll have to check, but I thought I grabbed that one. I hope I did. I know I grabbed the Huddleston variant, which was really cool looking too. I know I grabbed that one, but I hope I did. I hope I grabbed that one. We'll find out. I'll have to go ahead and check, but yeah. So that's your CovrPrice top 20 list for the week. Not too bad. There's definitely been a movement. A lot of House of X on there. Marvel's dominating the list. DC not so much. That's how that's working out right now. So let's move on to CBSI's top 10 list for the week. See what's kind of moving here. Starting off with number 10, Blade the Vampire Hunter, number 8. This is a book that I picked up probably last year, end of last year. I got them for maybe $7-8 a copy. I picked up a couple copies of this. I've got, I think it's 7, 8, 9, and 10 are really, really low print run books. I don't know if there's any on eBay right now for sale, but it's saying here $15 to $20. It's got Morbius on the cover with Blade. Yeah, it's definitely a good-looking book. You know, especially for a 90s book. This was in the 90s. You know, most of the 90s books had very high print runs. This did not. This was, I'm telling you, the print run on that book is probably less than 3,000 copies, if I had to guess, which for the 90s is extremely low. So, you know, there's not a lot of it floating around. You know, if you go to different online websites, you won't find any for sale. You know, you'll find an occasional copy come up on eBay for sale. It's just not something easy to find. If you go to comic book shops, look through back issue bins, you're not likely to find it. I never have. So I know the print run on that book is very, very low. So you could see that book, I think $20 is cheap still on that book. Number 9 on the list, Absolute Carnage, Separation Anxiety, number 1. This is the Clayton Crane 1 in 100 Virgin variant. So it's selling around $110, so just slightly above ratio. I don't know. In my opinion, I think these high ratio variants, I mean, what's the history of them? Very few of them hold their value. I mean, I have a high ratio Thor 700, the Adam Hughes cover, and, you know, it's about what I paid for it. It hasn't really, you know, it certainly hasn't appreciated for me. I think I paid like $120 for it, and it sells around that price. Once in a while, you'll see somebody dump it for like $100, buy it now. But for the most part, it hasn't appreciated, and it was a 1 in 100 cover. So any of the ones I've bought that are high ratio, I've not done well on them. I've done well in the lower ratio, like the 1 in 25s. If I buy those near ratio, sometimes those books go up. But yeah, they're just long term. I mean, if you're looking out 6 months to a year later, a lot of times you'll see those books be half of what they should be selling for. So just be aware of that. Don't chase that stuff. Yeah, it's usually doesn't work out too well. Number 8 on the list is Mech Cadet U, number 1. Dollar book now fetching $15. So this is in development. And of course, CBSI says, and I again don't get the fascination with jumping on every title that is in development. But what do I know? Hey, that's the market. It moves on very little news these days. Yeah, I thought about buying that. It's Greg Pak sometimes does a good job, but it's definitely, you know, geared towards the Asian manga style type comic book. So definitely not for everybody. It's not a broad-based appeal type book. I think Boom Studios was the one that produced it. So the print run on it's probably not real high. Yeah, I could see why that's hitting $15 for kind of an obscure book. You know, whether the movie, you know, whether that actually gets developed into a movie, who knows? Who knows? Number 7, Heavy Metal 283. Apparently, it's the first appearance of Gut Ghost is in that issue. So now that's selling for around $30. Cool cover. Heavy Metal always has nice covers. I'm gonna see what it sells for on eBay right now. Yeah, of course, by the time by the time CBSI does that list, of course, the book is sold out. There's one copy for sale for $54, $57. I don't know. I Get Ghost, I don't think it's a series that's very good. It's just a little too out there for me. I'd be a little wary buying that if I were you. Number 6, Werewolf by Night 32. Definitely a marquee book. 9.4 just sold for $4,800. Yeah, that book's only going to keep going up. A trailer drops on Moon Knight. That book's going to be absolute fire. So buying one now at these high prices probably is either somebody who always meant to buy it and they've been searching for it and they finally bought it at a price they were comfortable with, or they're literally waiting to flip it when the movie trailer drops. So, $4,800, holy smokes. So what's the plan here? If the movie trailer drops, is that going to be selling for $6,000, $8,000, $10,000? I don't know. Seems a little crazy to me, but I mean, Moon Knight is a good character. He's never going to be a marquee character. He's not Wolverine. He's not Hulk. He's not the Avengers. He's not a marquee character. He's a good character, and he's complex, and they can do a lot with him. But he's nowhere on the level of a Wolverine for sure, for Marvel. Number 5 on the list, Once and Future number 1. This book's been on a couple lists for a while. This book just dropped on Wednesday of this week. There's a 1 per store variant that's selling for $50 to $60. Now it says it's at $100. So that scarcity will drive the price a little bit. The regular cover's $15. Yeah, it's a good story. I like the story. Artwork is excellent. Dan Moore does a great job. I think this series could be good. I think it could easily be developed into something, right? TV show, maybe movie, who knows? So I don't see that book dropping anytime soon, but if you can get it close to cover, I would pick it up if you don't have it already. I think I have like 3 copies of it. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 23. Prices jumped up to $15 to $20. It says here, but why am I asking, why are we FOMO planets? I guess I don't understand. Maybe the first appearance of a particular planet? I don't know. So something is specking on this, but I don't know why that book's hot. I don't understand what they're saying here. I'm not saying this is a bad spec, but I am asking, why are we FOMOing planets? I don't know what that means. It's not. I know that's not the first appearance of Ego, the living planet, right? That's like an old Thor book. So yeah, thanks for making that real clear for us, CBSI. They're stupid fucks. All right, number 3, Powers of X number 2, Yasmin Putri variant. I just mentioned that on the CovrPrice list. Nice cover by Putri. Selling for $50? It seems super high. Individually, they are $20 each. I don't know what they're saying here. So apparently, the set is going for $50. Individually, they're going for $20. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Number 2, Superman, number 14, recalled, and number 1 on the list, Supergirl, number 33, recalled. Yeah, so once in a while, there's people that collect recalled books. I don't think any comic book shop sent them back. I'm pretty sure if you had a Midtown order, you're not going to get it. They're going to definitely pull that book out of your order and sell it on eBay, and they'll give you the replacement copy when that drops. So that's the problem. One of the problems of ordering online versus an LCS is your online place, My Comic Book Shop, Midtown. When a book gets recalled, you're not going to get that recalled book in your order. It's not going to happen. They're going to pull it out of your order. They're going to put it aside to resell on the open market on eBay, and they're going to wait until the replacement copy comes. and that's what you're going to get. So just be aware of that. Once in a while, when something gets recalled on a title and you have an online comic book shop like Midtown or My Comic Shop, you're going to get screwed. That's just the way it is. So, yeah, what are you going to do? Honorable mentions, Munsters #3. I have no idea why that's on the list. An odd gold key book. It's a 9.4, just sold for $800. I mean, is there a lot of people out there that are big fans of the Munsters TV show? I think it's just one of those books that came out a long time ago, probably in the 60s, and it's probably just hard to find in a good grade. The other one is The Watcher #1. Ralph Tedesco. Is he related to Julian Tedesco? I don't know, same last name. Maybe it's his brother, I'm not too sure. But that book is on the list. Xenoscope. Xenoscope books are known for their hot female covers, but typically not known for being a great place to get really good written books, that type of thing. But this one's doing well. It's $15 now. There were 2 covers. I think the B cover was the Anceletto cover, which was kind of nice. Yeah, I can see why it's on the list. I missed it. I wasn't able to grab it. You can't get everything, but it's on the list on the honorable mentions. So that's what I had for you guys. Those are the 2 comic lists, CovrPrice and CBSI. Kind of give you an idea of what's moving this week. I'll be probably shooting another video this weekend or early Monday. I think I have an order coming in. I got a lot of books coming from 789 Comics, I think, in the next few weeks. So should have a nice video on that. Hope everybody is doing well this weekend. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. And like and share if you can. Also, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this video. What do you think of these books? What book on the list do you think needs more attention? I'd just like to hear what everybody has to say on that. All right, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.